Greetings and thank you for your interest in the Korean market. My name is Scott Walker. I'm the Country Manager of the Tourism Australia office in Korea. In this on-demand webinar, I'll be providing you with a briefing regarding the Korean market opportunity, including a look at our recent performance, some insights around the market's wants and needs, finishing with a look at our current opportunities and issues, as well as practical ways your business can work together with Tourism Australia in Korea to begin your journey. Let's get started. After the dive in arrivals following the global financial crisis, Korea has experienced a long period of flat growth. From early 2014, we were able to reverse this trend and have since enjoyed 3 years of solid growth to 230,854 arrivals, year ending 2016. These arrivals have since shot up even further to achieve the largest number ever of 289,900 with a growth rate of 24%. This has also made Korea the fastest growing market by percentage growth for Australia. Along with this increased arrival, spend performance has also increased, with the leisure market hitting a value of 910 million or 20% growth. The average Korean traveller is staying approximately 7 nights. However, we are seeing a trend of increasing day increments to most itineraries, in line with the country's public holidays and the growing relative societal appetite for taking holidays in general. And we estimate that the average holiday trip spend is approximately $4,789. The average South Korean traveller are looking for experiences on their holidays, and those can be in and around world-class nature. There is an expectation and an aspiration that world-class nature will be an important product offering for Australia. Safety and security is a major issue and a major consideration when choosing a destination. South Koreans do look for value for money, and that is both perceived and actual value for money. They are looking for good food and wine experiences, and they are looking for a destination that has a history and heritage that they can really sink their teeth into when they travel. The direct aviation capacity options for the Korean traveller are limited. Korean Airlines has the lion's share of Korean travellers with 32% market share. They fly direct into both Brisbane and Sydney. Aviation Airlines follows with 18%. They fly direct into Sydney on a daily basis. Now, both these airlines have a tendency to increase their capacity over high volume periods such as December to February. However, they often bring these planes back to a smaller size during the off-season periods. Cathay Pacific, AirAsia, Qantas, Jetstar and Singapore make up the majority of the remaining travellers, with options through the Philippines, Indonesia and China making up the others. In Korea, the Aussie Specialist program has been moving from strength to strength. Aussie Specialist program also provides a unique opportunity for Australian suppliers to get directly involved with frontline travel sellers, be it through participation in our newsletters or educating our trainers so that we are able to educate Korean agents in the market. So far, we have 1,274 registered and over 1,000 qualified agents in South Korea. There's a lot of enthusiasm around this program, and we'll continue to invest, in fact upweight our investment into this program in the market moving forward. As we assess our opportunities for the next financial year, we have the challenge of aviation. In order to sustain the growth that we are currently projecting, capacity must increase. We need upweighting of aircraft at peak periods. We need an increase in the number of services per week. We are also hoping that a second phase of Jin Air traffic to Cairns, following the successful Jin Air launch into Cairns in the last number of months will help to alleviate these capacity concerns. But in order to achieve the kind of growth that we're achieving now, we will need to make some strong headway in this area. There is a gap between the aspiration of the Korean traveller and their intention to actually travel. So oftentimes a Korean traveller will say, I'd love to go to Australia one day. We think that there's an awareness issue. There's low awareness of the experiences available in Australia, so it's critical for Australian suppliers to get their information across to the Korean traveller and the Korean travel agent to help bridge the gap between what the consumer understands that they can do in Australia, what the travel agent knows that they can sell, and what they actually buy. Finally, one of the key issues we have to address in the market is increasing competition from long-haul destinations that are offering cut prices. Now, often these destinations have better aviation access than Australia and are perceived as being closer, while physically they are the same distance. We're going to refresh the value, the perception, the popularity of Australia in response to this new threat within the market, and hopefully that will continue to mean that Australia is competitive even when prices are being cut. As we move forward, there are a number of areas as sellers you can get involved in the market, and a number of recommendations that we make when you are building relationships and you are considering the Korean market in your business. And particularly, and our first point there is build strong relationship with Korean suppliers and ITOs both in Australia and Korea. These are your first and last stop for information and sales. Utilize ATE to begin the process for new market entry. Start to build your relationships while you're here. You might not be able to get into the detail, but at least you can get a face and a name and your business card out there, and that could set you up for visits actually in the market. Continue to support our ASP program, any IMHP opportunities for meals and educational activities. It's abundantly clear that when a Korean consumer or a Korean travel agent experiences an Australian product, they definitely want to come back for more. It's critical that we are able to get your support for these activities for the Korean market so that we can greater sell your product. If you're able to, contributing prize during periods of major campaign activity is also welcomed. This can be through our search or social media sites, but we're often looking for ways to showcase your product, and that can be in line with the themes that we push forward, like Aquatic and Coastal and Restaurant Australia, and consumer and trade promotions. We're always hungry for content, so content sharing, things like short film clips and great images, we can use those very quickly, very easily, and particularly when something is going viral in a big way, we'd love to have it up on our site to connect with hundreds of thousands of Korean travellers that are following us in the market. I've also got a few new buyers coming to ATE this year, one from Sentimental Tour, Diary Tour, Chalet Travel and Life, The Better Tour and Yellow Balloon. I hope that you can welcome these agents and begin to build a relationship with them. We've got more Korean buyers coming to this ATE than ever before, and I think that reflects the success that the market's been having in the last 12 months. There's some really quality buyers here, and they'll be very, very keen to meet you and understand your product. Finally, I look forward to meeting you myself and being able to engage with you in greater detail for a Q&A session at our seller briefing. Thank you very much for your attention.